So hello students, my name is Dr. Yatanjeet Kaur and today we're going to discuss about various causes of nephrotic syndrome. So what are the causes of nephrotic syndrome? So the first cause is the minimal change disease. Minimal change disease. Second cause is membranous nephropathy. That is nephropathy. Third cause is focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. Fourth is amyloidosis. Fifth is diabetes mellitus associated nephropathy. And sixth cause is MPGN, that is membranous proliferative glomerulonephritis. We have already discussed about MPGN, so we will not discuss here in this video. Now first topic of discussion is membranous. The first topic that we're going to discuss here, that is a minimal change disease. Minimal change डिजीज. जो मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज होती है इसको हम एक और नाम भी देते हैं. वी कॉल्ड इट एज लिपॉइड नेफ्रोसिस. वी कॉल्ड इट एज लिपॉइड nephrosis. Now why we called it as a why we called it as a lipoid nephrosis? Because here you're gonna see lipid deposition in the proximal tubule. Here lipid deposits in proximal tubules. Now ये जो मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज है ना, it is a most common cause of nephrotic syndrome in children. It is a most common cause of nephrotic syndrome in children. Okay. नाउ सी, यहाँ पे मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज में होता क्या है, क्यों ये डिजीज हो रही है? दिस डिजीज इज ड्यू टू अफेसमेंट ऑफ पोडोसाइट्स. अफेसमेंट ऑफ पोडोसाइट्स. नाउ अफेसमेंट का क्या मतलब है? यहाँ पे जो पोडोसाइट्स हैं वो फ्लैट हो जाते हैं. दे गेट फ्लैट. ओके, पोडोसाइट्स फ्लैट हो जाते हैं. जो इनके फूड प्रोसेसेस हैं उनका लॉस हो जाता है. नाउ एज अ रिजल्ट व्हेन देयर इज अ अफेसमेंट ऑफ पोडोसाइट्स, क्या होगा? जनरली जो हमारा फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर है, आपको पता है फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर किससे बना था? कैपिलरी एंडोथेलियम, बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन एंड पोडोसाइट से. अब पोडोसाइट्स क्या हो गए? उनके फूड प्रोसेसेस डैमेज हो गए. तो यहाँ पे मेनली फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर का एक कंपोनेंट डैमेज है, तो देयर इज अ डैमेज टू फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर. एंड जब फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर का डैमेज होगा तो दिस विल लीड्स टू व्हाट? दिस विल लीड्स टू proteinuria. And you know, we see proteinuria in case of nephrotic syndrome. It is present in nephrotic syndrome. Okay, we have already discussed what are the features of nephrotic and nephritic syndrome. Now see, generally where else you gonna see this effacement of podocytes? What are the other examples where you gonna see this condition? First is minimal change disease, we have discussed. Second is MPGN. Third is membranous nephropathy. Fourth is PSGN. And fifth is diabetic nephropathy. So these are the conditions where you're gonna see the effacement of podocytes. Now see students, here you know our basement membrane is negatively charged, okay, and albumins are also negatively charged. अब क्या होता है, अगर ये दोनों नेगेटिवली चार्ज हैं, जैसे कि आपको पता है बाय द रूल ऑफ थंब, नेगेटिव चार्जेस विल रिपेल ईच अदर वेयर एज ऑपोजिट चार्जेस अट्रैक्ट. अब एल्ब्यूमिन अगर नेगेटिवली चार्ज्ड है और बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन नेगेटिवली चार्ज्ड है, तो क्या एल्ब्यूमिन बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन को क्रॉस कर पाएगा? ऑब्वियसली नॉट. तो क्या होगा, एल्ब्यूमिन जो है वो ब्लड में ही हमारी जो ब्लड में ही रहता है मेनली. नाउ सी हियर व्हाट इज गोना हैपन, ये जो बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन है उसका ये जो फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर है मेनली उसका ही डैमेज हो गया है. अगर फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर का डैमेज है तो अब कोई नेगेटिव चार्ज नहीं है एल्ब्यूमिन को रिपेल करने के लिए, तो एल्ब्यूमिन इजीली क्रॉस कर लेगा किसको, अपनी जो फिल्ट्रेशन बैरियर को, एंड नाउ द एल्ब्यूमिन विल रीच वेयर इन द Bowman's capsule. Now here in case of minimal change disease, you gonna see what kind of proteinuria. This is a selective proteinuria. Selective proteinuria. Why we called it as selective? Because यहाँ पे जो मेन लॉस है किस प्रोटीन का हो रहा है, एल्ब्यूमिन्स का. एल्ब्यूमिन्स are lost here in urine. बाकी जितने नेफ्रोटिक सिंड्रोम हैं they are having non-selective proteinuria except the minimal change disease. Now ये effacement of podocytes हुई क्यों? Why these podocytes got damaged? Because this process is triggered by cytokines. So write effacement of podocytes is triggered by what? By cytokines. ये साइटोकाइंस की वजह से ही जो पोडोसाइट्स हैं उनका डैमेज हो रहा है, एंड फर्दर दिस विल लीड्स टू प्रोटीन न्यूट्रॉन. दिस मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज has association with one cancer, and that is Hodgkin's lymphoma. It shows association with Hodgkin's लिम्फोमा. नाउ अब मैंने ऐसा क्यों बोला कि इसकी हॉजकिन लिम्फोमा से एसोसिएशन है? सी, इन केस ऑफ हॉजकिन लिम्फोमा यहाँ पे क्या होगा, साइटोकाइंस का मैसिव प्रोडक्शन होता है. दैट्स वाई मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज में भी डिजीज क्यों है, बिकॉज ऑफ साइटोकाइंस. एंड हॉजकिन लिम्फोमा में क्या हो रहा है, ज़्यादा रिलीज हो रहा है साइटोकाइंस का. सो दैट्स वाई दे शो एसोसिएशन बिटवीन ईच अदर. There is massive production of cytokines. Got it? Now, why we call minimal change disease as a minimal change disease? See, the reason is when you do the renal biopsy, you can clearly appreciate there are minimum findings are present. ठीक है, there are what? Minimal findings are there. Now, on renal biopsy, when you see this specimen on the light microscope, what you gonna find over there? This is normal. Everything on light microscope is normal. The glomeruli appear normal, absolutely. And on immunofluorescence, same, everything is normal. But on electron microscopy, you're gonna see one finding, and that finding is what? That is effacement of podocytes. You're gonna see effacement of podocytes. And this is the only finding you can clearly appreciate. That's why we called it as a minimal change disease, क्योंकि बहुत minimum से changes आपको यहाँ पे देखने को मिलेंगे, ठीक है? Now see, what are the other features? We have discussed the features like here you're gonna see selective proteinuria, here this show association with Hodgkin's lymphoma and the minimum change that you're gonna see on the renal biopsy. What are the other features other than this? Other features? See, this disease has immunological triggers. What does this mean? मेरा मतलब ये है कि कोई भी ऐसी कंडीशन जहाँ पे साइटोकाइंस का रिलीज ट्रिगर हो रहा है, दिस विल लीड्स टू मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज. नाउ व्हाट आर द डिजीज दैट ट्रिगर साइटोकाइंस रिलीज? द फर्स्ट वन इज द वायरल इन्फेक्शंस. सो वायरल इन्फेक्शन की वजह से क्या होगा? साइटोकाइंस रिलीज होंगे, जिसकी वजह से मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज हो सकता है. सेकेंड क्या है? सेकेंड इज if there is any recent immunization. Recent immunization can trigger the release of cytokines and then it will lead to minimal change disease. Third one is the allergic reaction. Allergic reaction. This will also trigger the release of cytokines. So these are the three conditions where you're gonna find increase cytokines, and these increased cytokines will damage the podocytes. Got it? What are the other feature you're gonna see here? Here there is a classical presentation of a children. यहाँ पे आपके पास एक बच्चा आएगा जिसकी हिस्ट्री होगी किसकी? अपर रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन की. और अपर रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन के बाद उसकी जो कंप्लेन होगी दैट विल बी रिलेटेड टू किडनी. सो राइट, देयर इज अ हिस्ट्री ऑफ व्हाट? अपर रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शन. This is a classical presentation, and don't confuse this with PSGN. Obviously there is infection and then kidney manifestation is there, but that is nephritic syndrome and this one is nephrotic syndrome. Okay, now this minimal change disease has a good prognosis. This has good prognosis. You can treat this minimal change disease with steroids. अब हमने steroid से क्यों treat कर सकते हैं? Because this process is what? Inflammatory mediated process ना. So cytokines क्या हैं? They are inflammatory mediators. So because of the cytokines, we are having this minimal change disease. So you can treat this condition by using steroids. Treatment by using steroids. Okay, now the next disease that we're gonna discuss is FSGN. FSGN. This is what? Focal segmental glomerulosclerosis. Now, why this disease called as focal segmental glomerulosclerosis? See, it is called as focal because here you're gonna see some glomeruli are involved. Out of, if in kidney there are 10 glomeruli, out of those 5 or 4 glomeruli are involved. So it is having the focal involvement. Some glomeruli are involved. That's why it is called as focal. Now why it is called as segmental? Because here there is involvement of particular segment of glomeruli, or you can say particular portion of glomeruli is involved. That is why we called it as segmental. Some portion of glomeruli is involved. And why it is called as glomerulosclerosis? Because here you're gonna see pink dense collagen deposition. Collagen deposition. Where? In the glomerulus. Because of this, we called it as glomerulosclerosis. Now clear why this is called as focal segmental glomerulosclerosis? Now see, what are the findings you're gonna see on the electron microscopy? Now this FSGN, this is further classified into two categories. What are those categories? One is the primary FSGN, other is the secondary FSGN. Primary FSGN का जो cause है, that is idiopathic. We don't know what is the cause. Idiopathic. And secondary FSGN is due to many causes. It is due to many causes. And what are those many causes? So what are those many causes? The first cause is HIV. HIV can lead to FSGN. Second cause is sickle cell anemia. Third cause of FSGS is heroin users. Even heroin users can develop FSGN. The fourth cause here is FSGN is also associated with massive obesity. If the patient is obese, then that patient can have FSGS. This FSGS is also seen in a patient with interferon treatment. Seen in patient with interferon treatment. अब interferon treatment हम कहाँ करते हैं? Where we do this interferon treatment? Generally in case of any hepatitis C virus or hepatitis B infection, viral infection is there, or if any leukemia, lymphoma, melanoma is there, we generally treat these conditions with interferons. And in these conditions, repeat. So in these conditions, you're gonna see FSGS. So hepatitis B, hepatitis C virus infection, lymphomas, leukemias, repeat, leukemia, and what else? That is melanoma. So these are the conditions where you're gonna see FSGS. Now the sixth cause is FSGS is also seen with the loss of nephron. Like for example, if the patient is born with a congenitally single kidney, then that patient can develop FSGS. Or if the patient has surgical removal of the kidney, in that condition also the patient can develop FSGS. So FSGS is seen in case of loss of nephron What are those two conditions? First is the congenital single kidney and second is surgical removal of kidney. In these conditions, you want to see the patient develop FSGS. The seventh conditions where you want to see this is reflex nephropathy. Reflux nephropathy. and other one is hypertension nephropathy. So these conditions are the secondary cause of FSGN. Now here see what a cut repeat. Now when you do renal biopsy of this patient, on renal biopsy what you gonna find? If we talk about on electron microscope, you're gonna see what? Effacement of food processes. Effacement of food processes is present. On light microscopy, you're gonna see there is focal segmental lesions. There is focal segmental lesions. And on immunofluorescence, what you gonna see? On immunofluorescence, you gonna see nothing. Why? Because यहाँ पे कोई immune complex आके deposit नहीं हो रहा. If you see the immunofluorescence, it is usually negative. It is a specific finding. The negative immunofluorescence is a specific finding because here no immune complex deposition is there. No immune complex deposits are present. Okay. Now, just like minimal change disease, FSGS is also caused by podocyte injury. But see, this FSGS is more dangerous version of minimal change disease. Okay, this FSGS is nothing but the more dangerous version of minimal change disease. Okay, because this FSGS can progress into renal failure. Renal failure. We have studied that minimal change disease का जो prognosis है, it is generally good. But here I am saying that कि FSGS can leads to renal failure. So this is not having definitely not having the good prognosis. Now what are the clinical features present in FSGS? First, here hypertension is there. Second, there is a decreased GFR because the podocytes got damaged, so glomerular filtration will decrease. And third one is the non-selective proteinuria. Proteinuria. Got it? So these are the clinical features of FSGS. Now the next nephrotic syndrome that we're going to discuss is the membranous nephropathy. Membranous nephropathy. See, ये जो membranous nephropathy है ना, this is the most common cause of nephrotic syndrome in elderly patient. This is most common cause of nephrotic syndrome in elderly patient. हमने बच्चों में पढ़ा था मिनिमल चेंज डिजीज. फोकल सेगमेंटल किसका मोस्ट कॉमनली कहाँ पे मिलेगा? एडल्ट्स में. और एल्डरली में जनरली यू गोना सी द मेम्ब्रेनस नेफ्रोपैथी. दिस मेम्ब्रेनस नेफ्रोपैथी is having another name, that is it is also called as hemannephritis. It is also called as hemannephritis. Got it? Now see, this MGN has two causes, the primary cause and the secondary cause. Primary जो है, primary MGN, it is more common. जनरली 75% केसेस में प्राइमरी मिलेगा and secondary is in the 25% cases. Okay, now what are the causes of this primary MGN? The first cause is the idiopathic. We don't know what is the cause of primary. Second cause of this primary one is the autoimmunity. Autoimmune cause. Now, what are the causes of the secondary MGN? See, the first cause of the secondary MGN is the malignancies. अब कौन कौन सी malignancy है जो कि secondary MGN cause कर सकती है? Like colon cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, melanoma. These are the malignancy that can lead to secondary MGN. Even some autoimmune diseases also cause this secondary MGN. Autoimmune diseases कौन सी है? Autoimmune diseases like thyroiditis, like SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. Now there are certain infectious causes are also there. Infectious causes कौन से हैं? First is syphilis. Second is schistosomiasis. Third one is hepatitis B and C. Fourth one is malaria. So these are the infections that can cause secondary MGN. The fourth cause of secondary MGN is certain drugs. Drugs like NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and the second is the penicillamine. This penicillamine and NSAIDs, we generally use these drugs in the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis. So these are the causes of primary and secondary MGN. Now, in this membranous glomerulopathy, what you gonna find? Here you gonna see the glomerulus or the glomerular basement membrane got thickened here. There is a thickening of glomerular basement membrane. Okay, and here you see there is an absence of hypercellularity. See, अब अगर यहाँ पे हाइपरसेलुलैरिटी होती तो इस सिंड्रोम को हम MGN नहीं कहते. We will call it as membranous proliferative glomerulonephritis. बट यहाँ पे हाइपरसेलुलैरिटी नहीं है, इसीलिए हम इसको membranous glomerulopathy बोल रहे हैं. Got it? Now here the membrane got thick because of what? This is happened because of immune complexes. This will happen because of immune complexes. So if immune complexes are there, then on immunofluorescence, what you gonna see? On immunofluorescence, there is a granular deposition. There is a granular deposits of immune complexes. This granular deposition of immune complexes is generally of what? IgG and C3. सो अगर आप IgG और C3 के लिए पर्टिकुलरली स्टेनिंग करते हो तो यू विल सी दैट ग्रैनुलर पैटर्न ऑन इम्यूनोफ्लोरेसेंस. नाउ सी व्हाट इज द पैथोलॉजी हियर. दिस इज आवर capillary. This is capillary. This is what? The capillary endothelium. Capillary endothelium है ये. And here there is a presence of podocytes. These are the podocytes. Got it? Now, see, what is happening in this disease is, so here you want to see the deposition of these immune complexes here. This is what? These are the immune complexes. So these immune complexes got deposit where? In under epithelium. So here you gonna see subepithelial immune complex deposition. हम आपको पता है कि हम पोडोसाइट्स का क्या नाम है दूसरा, दैट इज एपिथेलियम. सो पोडोसाइट्स के नीचे ये इम्यून कॉम्प्लेक्स आके डिपॉजिट कर जाएंगे. ठीक है. नाउ what else will happen here? This is the capillary, this is capillary endothelium, this is the basement membrane, and here the podocytes are present. Now I have told you here the immune complexes got deposit. This is immune complexes. These immune complexes got deposit here. And now what will happen? Because of immune complex deposition, the podocytes lay down the extra membrane on the top of these immune complexes. They will lay an extra membrane like this on these immune complexes. Okay, and because of this extra deposition of membrane on these immune complexes, you will see a particular appearance, and that is spike and dome appearance. Spike and dome appearance. And ये spike and dome appearance क्यों आई है? Because of deposition of extra membrane on immune complexes by podocytes. Got it? So, what are the findings you gonna see here? When you do the renal biopsy, first on light microscopy, you can see clearly the capillary or the basement membrane got thickened. Capillary or basement membrane got thickened. On electron microscopy, you wanna see subepithelial immune complex deposition. And if we talk about on immunofluorescence, so here you can see the granular pattern of what? Of IgG and C3. So these are the renal biopsy findings. Now can you see this image? Here you can clearly appreciate this thickening of the capillaries. Can you see this thickening? This is a thickening of the capillaries or the basement membrane. is thickened here, and you can clearly appreciate this spike and dome appearance. So this is a slide of what? That is membranous glomerulopathy. Got it? We have discussed that always if there is a formation of autoantibodies, generally most autoantibodies diseases leads to what? Leads to nephritic syndrome. Okay, because immune complex is there and they will lead to the inflammation, and inflammation of nephrons is called as nephritis, and this will lead to nephritic syndrome. But there is only exception, that is this membranous glomerulonephropathy. Here it is a autoantibody disease, but still it is not a nephritic syndrome. It is nephrotic syndrome. See, this membranous glomerulonephropathy, here this is what? This is nephrotic syndrome, we know this, and this is also autoantibody disease. This is the only exception of autoantibody disease which is leading to nephrotic syndrome. Why it is why this autoantibody disease in case of this MGN leads to nephrotic syndrome? See, because here जो सब एपिथेलियल इम्यून कॉम्प्लेक्स डेपोजिशन होती है ना, उसकी वजह से क्या होगा, जो पोडोसाइट्स हैं उनका डैमेज हो जाएगा, एंड पोडोसाइट की डैमेज की वजह से क्या होगा, ऑब्वियसली नेफ्रोटिक सिंड्रोम. तो सी है तो ये इम्यून कॉम्प्लेक्स एंटीबॉडी वाला, बट क्या हो रहा है, इट विल लीड्स टू नेफ्रोटिक सिंड्रोम. ओके, नाउ प्लीज जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस एक्सेप्शन. ओके, now we'll discuss about diabetic nephropathy. Diabetic nephropathy. See here, there is non-enzymatic glycosylation of basement membrane. In diabetes, there is what? There is a non-enzymatic glycosylation of basement membrane, and that will lead to the leakage of protein. And if proteins are leaked in the urine, we called it as proteinuria, and this syndrome is nephrotic syndrome. So please write this. Here there is a non-enzymatic glycosylation of basement membrane, and this will leads to leakage of protein. Finally, proteinuria will occur, and proteinuria leads to nephrotic syndrome. Okay, see, लॉन्ग टर्म इफेक्ट क्या होगा ये डायबिटिक नेफ्रोपैथी का, दैट इज यू गोना सी इन दीज पेशेंट देयर इज अ स्क्लेरोसिस ऑफ ग्लोमेरुलस. ओके, अब when they ask you what are the findings on the renal biopsy, so the earliest histological finding that you're gonna see here is the capillary basement membrane thickening. So earliest finding क्या है, is the basement membrane, capillary basement membrane thickening. Okay, the most common finding in case of diabetic nephropathy is diffuse glomerulosclerosis. I have told you कि डायबिटिक नेफ्रोपैथी का लॉन्ग टर्म इफेक्ट क्या होगा, ग्लोमेरुलोस्क्लेरोसिस, और ये क्या है, मोस्ट कॉमन फाइंडिंग भी है, डिफ्यूज glomerulosclerosis. If they ask you what is the most specific finding here, specific, then what is your answer? That is nodular glomerulosclerosis. नोड्यूलर ग्लोमेरुलोस्क्लेरोसिस। यहाँ पे आपको पर्टिकुलरली एक लेजन देखने को मिलती है दैट वी कॉल्ड इट एज अ किमल-स्टीन-विल्सन्स लेजन। Kimmel-Stein-Wilson lesion. Got it? This is the most specific finding. In case of untreated diabetes mellitus, there is presence of what? Armani-Epstein cells, and where these Armani-Epstein cells are present, generally in PCT, proximal convoluted tubules में ये present होंगे। और ये होते क्या हैं? These are nothing but the यहाँ पे इन cells में आपको cytoplasmic vacuoles देखने को मिलेंगे और उन cytoplasmic vacuoles के अंदर glycogen present होगा। So cytoplasmic vacuoles with glycogen. Okay, and this is what? This is PAS positive. Okay, now if they ask you what is the most common cause of papillary necrosis or necrotizing papillitis, so your answer is diabetes mellitus. The most common cause of papillary necrosis is what? That is diabetes mellitus. So this is all about the nephrotic syndromes. So thanks for watching this video, guys.